What is up, people? Welcome back to another episode of JK Sports, coming at you with another draft video. I know, but like I said, I was going to do another video after the whole draft was over, and now that some undrafted free agents have signed, and I got to look over the whole draft and see the whole thing, I'm going to give you my favorite classes of the 2015 draft, and I'm not going to have some arbitrary number, top 10, top 5, whatever. I'm just going to hit you with the best ones, and I liked a lot of classes, so I am going to limit it to just my favorite, though, you know, Atlanta, Baltimore, the Jets, I liked all those classes, but these are my top of the line favorites. In no particular order, Cleveland ended up with Dan Shelton, Cam Irving, Nate Orchard, pass rusher, Duke Johnson, one of my favorite running backs in the class. I thought he was a clear second rounder. They got him in the third. Even though they do have a stable of running backs that are really good already, I didn't think they really needed him, but BPA and Duke was that at that point. Xavier Cooper, Ibrahim Campbell, Vince Mayle, wide receiver, who has a shot at making that roster. No problem, honestly. May have to do more with their wide receiver core than him, but he's a pretty good prospect. But to come out with 4, 5, 6 first season contributors, I think is huge. That was an enormous class. I think this can really pave the way for their future if they can just get a quarterback, or if Manziel can show up. I think they're really setting the tone for the future of that franchise. They do need to get some more wide receivers, though. Next, I didn't have these guys as my as one of my favorites, but with the addition of La'el Collins, you get a free first rounder, which is ridiculous. You got Byron Jones, Randy Gregory. This is the Dallas Cowboys, by the way. Hello. Byron Jones, Randy Gregory, and La'el Collins, 3 first-round talents. And honestly, their actual first-rounder, Byron Jones, I thought was the least talented of the 3, though he has the most potential, in my opinion, of all the cornerbacks in this class. But Randy Gregory, huge pass rush potential, and was a beast in Nebraska. Obviously, he has some off-the-field issues, is why he fell to the second round. But to get him in the second round and then get La'el Collins for free, huge coup by Jerry Jones and company. But yeah, at first I was just like, those are 2 really good contributors, and the rest of the draft was just okay. But La'el Collins just takes it over the top. Next, Houston, the Texans, getting Kevin Johnson, Bernard McKinney, and Jalen Strong in the third round. Jalen Strong in the third round. A lot of people thought he was going to go in the first round, second round max. To get him in the third is ridiculous. Bernard McKinney's a big-time contributor. I like Strong as a prospect more than McKinney, but he's one of those inside linebackers that everyone liked, between Eric Kendricks, Perryman, Paul Dawson. They're all around the same potential and talent-wise. It's just who you preferred. And Kevin Johnson, a lot of people thought might have been the best cornerback in the draft. So they got 3 contributors. I think you always have to come out. If you got a pick in each of the first 3 rounds, if you can come away with 3 contributors, early contributors, I think that's huge. Obviously, if you get a quarterback, if you want to sit him, I think that's the smart move. Depending. Jacksonville is another one. This one might be my favorite. I'm not sure. But Dante Fowler, probably the best pass rusher in the draft. Definitely the most upside as a pass rusher. T.J. Yeldon. I had other running backs a little higher than him, but they're all around the same group. Got him in the second round. They got A.J. Cann in the third round. Could probably start. Then they got Sample, Rashad Green falling all the way to the 5th round. A lot of people thought he was a second-round type prospect, but with the wide receiver class that it is, he fell all the way to the 5th. Michael Bennett out of Ohio State. Are you kidding me? All the way in the 6th round. And Ben Koyak, a tight end. But It's a weak tight end draft class, but I didn't think he was going to fall to the 7th. I think that was a steal also. A lot of these I think are steals. So yeah, I think Jacksonville did well right there. They didn't really need more wide receivers. I could have seen them taking Cooper or Kevin White, but Fowler I think is a better prospect than White at least. Next, Minnesota coming away with Trey Waynes, Eric Kendricks. I think he was my second favorite inside linebacker in this class. Just a huge tackling machine. Daniel Hunter has big upside as a pass rusher. I don't think he had too much production at LSU. T.J. Clemmings falling all the way to the 4th round. I think that's a huge steal. And Stephon Diggs in the 5th round. I'm a big fan of Stephon Diggs coming out of high school. He was a 5-star recruit, blazing speed. I only had 4.4 speed. I thought he would only that's slow, but no, that's good. But I thought he would run faster than that. Yeah, and Waynes was my second favorite corner besides Marcus Peters. But if you take the off the field stuff into consideration, I think Waynes is the best. Yeah, so I think they did well to shore up that defense with those first 3 picks. And I think they have 4 early contributors, and it depends on how Diggs works out. New England. I wasn't a big fan of their 2nd and 3rd round picks, I believe. I wrote down my favorites, so I don't see the whole thing. But New England came away with Malcolm Brown, which is, like I said in my other video, was a huge steal, top 20 talent, and they got him at 32nd. Not fair. Super Bowl winners, and you come away with Malcolm Brown. But then, like I said, I didn't like their 2nd or 3rd round picks, but in the 4th round, they freaking killed it. Trey Flowers, who I thought was a 2nd round prospect. Trey Jackson, who I think was a fringe 2nd round prospect. 3rd round at worst. And then Shaq Mason, a run blocking monster. I think those guys are really going to be a foundation of how they're going to run the ball. They're going to Trey Jackson and Shaq Mason. They have time to learn. They don't have to be thrown into the fire, though. I think Jackson has potential to start. And Trey Flowers, man, he's such a monster. I can't believe he fell to the 4th, let alone falling to New England in the 4th. Who else we got here? I think that might be it for and the New York Giants coming away with Eric Flowers at the 9th pick, I believe, and Landon Collins, the best safety in the draft in my opinion, at least from Alabama, and then Owa Odigizua. I only put Owa here. I think it's Odigizua from UCLA. He's one of the better pass rushing prospects, and he fell to the 3rd. So, in my opinion, he was a fringe 1st rounder. So to be able to get 3 first-round prospects, in my opinion, I think is huge, and they all will contribute, no doubt about it. I think those first 2 are going to start, and Owa will come in sub-packages or what have you. But yeah, those are my favorite. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are my top classes, and I know if Winston or Mariota ends up panning out, then it's just all worth it for them. It's all about the quarterbacks, honestly. If you don't got a quarterback, you're not going to be doing much, are you? Also, oh no, here we go. Atlanta. Sneaking one in at the end. Atlanta coming away with Vic Beasley, Jalen Collins, 2 first-round prospects in my opinion. Jalen the fringe. Tevin Coleman, Justin Hardy, and Grady Jarrett all the way in the 5th round they got him. And Grady Jarrett, I think, was a 2nd round prospect, and they got him in the 5th, and at a position of need, in my opinion. Really athletic for the defensive tackle that he is. But otherwise, there are a bunch of good classes. Miami ended up with Devontae Parker and Jordan Phillips, a J.E. in the 5th. I don't know how he fell that far. The knee problem is not, it's a long-term issue. Running backs don't last that much anyway, so just get full use of him and then don't pick up his 2nd contract. I think that was a huge steal. And of course I have to throw in my Jets getting Leonard Williams at the 6th pick. A lot of people thought he was the best in the draft, and Devin Smith in the 2nd round. I know there was some other receivers there that had some Dorial Green-Beckham, I think, was still on the board at that time, but I think with Eric Decker and Brandon Marshall, they don't need another receiver of that caliber. They needed a speedster, which the Jets don't really have. And Smith is the best, I think, at tracking those deep balls. And then next, Malden, a pass rusher, a productive pass rusher. I'm not sure how much potential he really has. He's not very athletic, but he's a good leader, and he has a good work ethic. Bryce Petty, as you probably know if you've seen any of my other videos, I think this is not a good quarterback class at all. I think if you don't get any of the top two, it's not a lot of good pickings. But Bryce Petty in the fourth, I think, is okay. I think he's not going to be thrown into the fire. He's going to have room to grow. He's going to sit and learn from Fitzpatrick, or just getting the game experience and learning from Chan Gailey. And then Jarvis Harrison in the fifth, I like that pick. And then they were able to trade for Zach Stacy, which was just decent enough with only that 7th rounder. I don't know who was going to be left out of there between. Well, Chris Ivory is a lock. Bilal Powell, Stephen Ridley, and Zach Stacy. Someone's going. But yeah, I think overall I really liked Cleveland, Dallas, Houston, Jacksonville, Minnesota, New England, and the Giants. So yeah, let me know. There weren't a lot of classes that I hated. There was just like a handful at most that I didn't really like overall. But obviously, this is way too early to judge these picks. These guys, someone who I haven't named, can end up having the best class, because who knows how these guys pan out. It's all about coaching and developing. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up, subscribe if you want, and see you guys later.